Hello Star Souls, welcome to my channel and welcome back to my returning subscribers. So this is another pick a card reading, because you can obviously see, and it's gonna be galactic, starseed type of reading. We'll be diving into how your purpose and gifts and what you're bringing from your galactic heritage here on Earth will manifest at this time. What should you focus on? What energies are you working with? What dimensions are you tuning in? So this is gonna be the portion that you can watch on YouTube, and I will do an extended version of each pile on my Ko-fi page, and I will link the extended readings below and beneath the timestamps, where we'll be focusing more on the origins of your soul, your journey, and just messages from your galactic family, from your higher self, just all the activations and messages that the star seeds at this time are supposed to get. I felt very drawn to go back to some of the cosmic work that I used to do, because I just feel this time is very prevalent for the ascension, especially with the lunar eclipse in Taurus, which is Pleiadian energy. And Pleiades are the closest future ascended human being, so I feel it's important to connect back to our galactic agendas and intentions to come here on Earth and help out the planet. So I hope this reading helps you and activates you in the way it's supposed to. So we've got 4 piles, not 3, 4, because I just feel like this is for a larger collective. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, number 3, and number 4. You can take time to pause the video and meditate on the cards. And after this, go into the timestamps either in the description box or in the comment section in my pinned comment, and you can go to your reading and I'll see you there. Hello, pile 1. After spending a brief minute with the cards, I think I'm ready to start this reading. So first of all, let's start off with these 2 cards from the Lemurian Starseed Oracle. You can see the backs. The Lemurian Star Child Oracle, excuse me. I should link these cards below because I feel like you may resonate with them. So these 2 represent the galactic gifts and energies you're carrying to bring here on Earth. We've got Way of Pearls and Travel. This is interesting energy. First of all, we've got number 2 and number 8, which remind me of the houses in astrology. The power dynamics, how we manage resources. And it's interesting here because what I'm getting is many of you came to establish a higher version of a financial system of exchange of resources, higher economics. You're coming here with gifts or resources that you're trying to teach the world that are valuable. So you're trying to bring awareness that something holds more value than just material stuff, material possessions, monetary value. Something else as well holds a lot of value, maybe skill sets. Maybe it's about exchange of skill sets, like I'm gonna do this for you and you're gonna do this for me. And you're here to really establish this new economic system on Earth. It's not going to happen overnight, but of course, one by one, if we all participate in new ways of dealing with economics, we can create this shift, create this change. There is something about things becoming lighter for you after a long battle. I like that things are becoming lighter for you with the Way of Pearls and the travel. So the dragon here in traveling is about your energy ascending. The dragon is kind of taking you up through the dimensions. So it allows you, it helps you to travel upward. And the Way of Portals talks about lightness, luminous space, new energies, trust, time of growth. It talks about lightness, it talks about almost this rainbow energy, just lightness, happiness, healing. So everything you carry, the load you carry, your mission, your purpose, they can sometimes become heavy. Even if you feel passionate about your purpose, sometimes even the things we love can become heavy when we try to make way for them to manifest in this reality. Because you've got Hanyo with courage, but I'm getting this red energy and I'm thinking how you guys have been pushing for, establishing a higher system, establishing a higher path, paving the way for something better, but you're paving the way through stones and the rocks, and you're trying to, pave a path of feathers, pave a path of flowers, if you will, in the rocks, in the stones, and it's not easy. So whatever you loved doing, whatever you came with a lot of wisdom on how to establish, at some point felt a bit heavy. And your galactic self is reminding you that when things get a little heavy here, you're supposed to go up. You're supposed to. I'm not someone who promotes escapism at all. I'm a very, very grounded person, despite the topics I talk about. But sometimes you will move faster through the physical reality if you kind of leave it. If you just allow yourself to enjoy these higher frequencies and just travel into those higher dimensions, remember the initial reason why you started your journey. Because I am getting that pile one, you've been through some sort of battle here that required a lot of courage. I'm hearing fighting for knowledge. Some of you are fighting to get an education. Some of you are fighting to get a diploma, a degree. Some of you maybe are even fighting to study at a specific country because you just know this is where you're supposed to be. This is where you left a bag full of wisdom. This is where you left the treasure of wisdom, truly, and you want to go there, to unlock it, because we leave pockets of energies and wisdoms in time and space at different places and at different times. So what I'm getting is that with this travel, you're also kind of trying to go into the future already, because you can see it so clearly. You know exactly how it's supposed to be. I am presence. I am getting that you're pulling a lot of your future potentials and just your future timelines in the present moment, and you may feel frustrated why they're not materializing yet, but they will. Pile one. With the Way of Pearls, you just need to allow yourself to be a bit lighter and a bit more light-hearted about this, because I see you spending time on this battlefield. I'm getting something about the Akashic Records. Some of you are going into the Akashic Records, leading battles in the astral plane with the collective shadow, with your own shadow. And I'm just getting that your guides are saying you've been focusing so much on being the warrior, the defender, and the builder. It's time to hold space again. It's time to just open up and hold space for the higher frequencies instead of chasing them and trying hard to reach them. allow the dragon to take you up. So it's interesting because you guys have 2 dragons coming up. So whether you wanna, take this as something that resonates or not, because you have demonized the subject, you might have some draconian influence or heritage or karma and origins. And I do see with the Way of Portals, you guys might be very mixed between light and dark, but it's not even about light and dark or good and evil. It's more about you really want to change your karma, okay? You really want to clear up some karma around. I'm seeing past lives where you had a lot of abundance in the material matrix. You had a huge inheritance. I'm getting this pharaoh energy here. I just gotta be honest. I'm getting this pharaoh energy from you here with attachment. Some of you, the 2nd and the 8th house in astrology, this is about the power dynamics I mentioned at the beginning. So some of you are attached to power dynamics. Some of you want to bring forth higher frequencies, but at the same time, maybe you're rushing something because you want to be the first to do it. It's almost like in your purest intentions, some ego is pushing you. That's why the universe is kind of calling you to have enough courage to let something go that is interesting. It's not about courage to push through, it's courage to go with the flow. Okay, you gotta be courageous enough to trust that the universe has its own intelligence that cooperates with yours, and whatever you were intending to create will come forth. It will come true, but you gotta let it happen on its own record at this point. You gotta lighten up your load. You guys have taken on too many roles, too many timelines that you're trying to simultaneously work on, and this is heavy. And this is because your ego is pulling some type of satisfaction from the thought of, being so diligently working towards your purpose, or working on so many things, feeling so productive, or feeling so involved in the spiritual battle. You're like, yes, I'm doing it, I'm so involved, I'm so important. And yes, of course you are, but with I am presence, I'm almost getting that you guys gotta pull back if you want to be catapulted into the higher dimensions, because you're getting stuck in something like a cycle here. I'm getting something about cyclical movement, and it's almost like the Sphinx right here that we see is asking you the question, and you're answering, and you go back to where you came from, and you end up with the Sphinx again, the same question, same answer. It kind of reminds me of what was it called? Story with no ending, endless story, endless book. I think it was a book, and there is a movie made based on it. And it was basically this story that repeats itself over and over and over again. And even there, you had the Sphinx in the movie, I believe. I just remember the scene. So I kind of see you guys going in circles because you're so caught up in some sort of opposition, in some sort of battlefield. And this dragon is reminding you that, you see this dragon, this is like a lower vibration expression of the draconian energy, attachment, the physical matrix. You're creating duality here. You are the one creating duality, and that's why you're experiencing it. I'm really picking up on that some of you forgot. Um, you guys forgot about the power of peace, the power of peaceful resolutions, the power of faith and hope. And you got really stuck in this warrior energy. So I'm getting Andromedan and Syrian energies coming through, trying to pull you back into the wisdom of peace, into the wisdom of I am presence, the I am present moment. Yes, I'm definitely getting some Syrian priestesshood teachings. I'm getting a sort of community. I'm seeing like 6 or 7 beams of light just glowing, like pillars of light glowing, and I'm getting that those are Syrian priestesses, and they are coming forth to really remind you of the power of just being, accepting, surrendering to things as they are. How to dissolve duality. This is something you guys are learning. How to demystify demonization and to dissolve duality. Because the more you play in the field of duality, the more you create it and you polarize your own being. So you get more and more in on this battlefield with your shadow. And those Syrian priestesses are coming forward with the message of when you accept the power of peace and neutrality and just dissolving polarity and duality, you kind of jump even beyond 5D. You kind of go into 6D, where you just have this inner knowing that it's all a projection. Because 5D, it's like it's all love. Even if you're my enemy, I love you. However, at the 6th dimension, the consciousness goes into it's all a hologram, it's all a projection. And I'm not talking about an artificial holographic matrix, I'm really talking about the organic holographic nature of reality, because that is what light creates, a holographic nature of reality. And those Syrian priestesses are really coming through saying, lighten up your spirit. The thing is, you guys have come in touch with power in past lives here on earth. As I said, pharaoh energy, warrior energy. So you have this reminder from your galactic family that this battlefield is existing because you allow it and you project it. A lot of people argue that, we create our reality, but at the same time there is a collective reality. Yes, absolutely, I agree. But even when you participate in the collective reality, it's because you allow to resonate on its frequency. So ultimately, everything always boils down to what you allow. It's just that some of the collective realities are so deeply encoded in our belief systems, even in the very DNA, that we feel like, well, this is kind of impossible to not manifest or not allow to present itself in my life. That is true, especially in this dense dimension. But I'm really getting that your spirit guides are pulling you into 6D, trying to remind you of, you guys, I'm getting that on a higher level, you're teachers and students, and you carry this wisdom on how to create holographic realities and how to project dimensions in realities and to create different planes of resonance. But when you came here, when you manifested into the lower dimensions, you forgot that you were more connected to the wisdom, and you became more connected to the act of protection and guardianship, which is interesting. It's almost like there are levels to your consciousness, Pile 1, where you were so shocked by how drastic duality can be, you took on guardianship energy, guardianship qualities. Sorry, guardian-like qualities. But beyond this need to protect something or to fight for something sits your multidimensional self that says, I am here to distribute wisdom. I'm not here to fight or to make my opinion heard. I'm just here to leave wisdom, spread it around. So I do see a drastic shift of your purpose from fighting, being a spiritual warrior and just being very passionate about something. You're shifting into upper heart chakra consciousness, upper crown chakra consciousness, where you're now more passionate about peace, peaceful resolutions, and just spreading knowledge and just kind of living your life. And I think for some of you it's gonna be hard to accept this. For others it will be, maybe you're already tuned into that. But I'm just getting that you got too caught up in agendas and scenarios, and it's almost like you got caught up in maybe a higher illusion, but it's still an illusion. You know how the people in the New Age community say those who are asleep or caught up in the illusion? Some of us are also caught up in our own spiritual illusions, our own spiritual illusionary perceptions of how things are, and maybe they're not the way we think they are. And maybe even, some of the spiritual battles that we face and we feel like we're facing, we created that as well to learn and to gain wisdom. So I'm just getting that some of you guys are maybe also physically tired, and that's why it's time for you to transcend this level of consciousness where you feel like you gotta protect the planet and you gotta fight for it, and just enter peace. Okay, that's what the planet needs at this time, more than defense, to be quite honest. Because the need to defend something implies that there is a threat that we gotta fight against. And it manifests the threat, and it manifests the passion and urge to be a guardian. So I absolutely understand that not everyone will resonate with this truth, but it's what I'm channeling for you, Pile 1, and I feel that you will physically feel much more yourself and much better. Your health will improve and things will lighten up for you if you focus more on being present, your studies, spreading knowledge, and just trying your best to establish peace in your life, and just feeling peaceful about any chaotic situation and becoming the eye of the storm, transcending this dual nature. And since these cards represent the dimensions you guys are connecting with, we've got manifestation and attachment. So, as I said, you're really connecting with the physical reality, with everything we manifested in the 4th D. So you guys are experiencing 4th dimensional manifestation in 3D, meaning the subjectivity, the manipulation, the illusions, you're seeing them manifest, and some of you might feel like, oh my gosh, well, I thought that was false, but it's actually true. But I don't think it is. I don't think it's true. It's just that 4D comes into 3D much quicker than 5D energy would. And that's why you're experiencing manifestations maybe of some fears, and you're thinking, I knew I was right. Maybe you were suspicious of something, you were fearing something, and it happened, and now you're like, I knew I was correct. But the truth is, your consciousness simply pulled it into existence. Yeah, so it's almost like your galactic self is reminding you of some basic law of attraction or basic manifestation rules and laws of the universe that you're very aware of with this wisdom card. You have Haniel, Metatron, and Michael as the presences that support you at this time. And you know, honestly, these are the Angels of Atlantis Oracle deck. But when I look at these cards, I'm not getting specifically these angels. I am getting strong Saint Germain energy, reminding you of the immortality of the soul and reminding you of the mechanics of the universe. I'm also getting Thoth. You've been way too focused, maybe also on your body. I'm just getting this message like, lighten up, travel with your Merkaba, travel into the higher dimensions, allow the higher frequencies to activate you, to pull you out of the reality you see that you don't enjoy. If you don't like something, this is so contradictory to my own philosophy, but what I'm getting is, if you don't like something, pile one, at this time it's best to close your eyes and not pay attention to it, and remove your focus from it and place it somewhere else. I don't know why I'm getting something about Mayan astrology or the Mayan calendar. Some of you might be diving into this and kind of tracking the history repeating itself phenomenon. So you'll be diving into teachings that show you how the cycles of the universe are, and those teachings will free you from some of your fears or some of your feelings that you're responsible for certain things and you're a bad person if you don't do, or if you do certain things. This is also something you must release, pile one. So that's what I'm getting for you guys as galactic guidance about your purpose at this time, and how you're supporting the Earth as a starseed at this time. And the extended reading will dive deeper into your starseed origins, your soul's origins, and maybe some of your guides, maybe some of your past lives. I'll leave it at soul origins, and the rest of the messages will just come through naturally. So this will be in the extended. The link is below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I could help, and I hope you resonated with these messages. And if you feel any resistance, just allow these messages to reach you or resonate with you when they do. Don't force them to resonate. Don't force them to fit your experience right now if it feels wrong. Okay, so please think of those messages. Do they feel right or do they feel wrong? And that's how you know whether you should apply the guidance or not. Thank you once again, pile one, for spending this divine timing with me. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 2. I already flipped your cards. I just want to show you. So this is from the Lemurian Star Child Oracle. This is the back. I'm going to link the decks in the description box this time because I just feel like they're very special. Those are the Angels of Atlantis, and those are magical dimensions, oracle cards, and activators. So let's get into it. These cards will represent the gifts you're bringing onto the planet that you're supposed to use at this time specifically. So rising to Pleiadian frequencies expression, it's interesting. You guys have expression, you have inspiration with Gabriel, and you've got dreamscape, dreamworks, subconscious imagination. I love how your cards are aligned because the overall energy here is that light language might be activated for some of you at this time. There is a strong connection that you guys are making to the Pleiadian constellation. Maybe some of you have Taurus at 25, 26, 27 degrees in your chart, whether it's a house cusp, moon, sun, rising, any planet, honestly, or Scorpio. And you guys, I feel there's an awakening of your heart chakra. There's an awakening of your throat chakra. And just deep divine feminine remembrance. Even for my males watching this, I don't like that I always have to clarify, but I feel like I have to clarify. Even for my males watching this, you could be experiencing a divine feminine awakening within, and especially for you guys, you are surrendering to it. You're like, okay, I gotta go with the feminine way of doing things this time, listening to my intuition, listening to my body. Now, rising to Pleiadian frequencies, sacred bond healing, clear space for higher energies, and we have this colibri, I believe. Wait, let me. The Kindle has gone out, but now it's back. So with these cards, your gifts right now on earth that you're supposed to use are your imagination, inspiration, and creativity. Please, you guys, start writing, start using your voice, make music, paint. But especially about using words in your voice, this is highly emphasized in the cards. Some of you guys are supposed to participate in some type of radio, podcast, even TV show. Like, I guys see on a screen, having a conversation about the future of the planet. I'm getting some of you have been received into some type of council, almost initiated into next level of contacting your galactic family. Some of you have finally visited your home of soul's origins and you feel a new level of self-awareness, and this creates a new level of self-expression because now you are getting aware of new parts of you. I'm really getting that your galactic family is coming through to get you acquainted with where you actually come from and who you actually are. I'm getting that after a long journey of being at odds with yourself, you guys are finding a channel, an outlet for your authentic expression. And this is all due to Starseed awakening, galactic contact. And it feels like finally Earth can become your home, which is really, really nice. I'm really getting the fixed signs axes, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, where I'm getting that you're shifting from Aquarius, feeling it out with yourself and like not knowing how to create home here on Earth, diving into Leo, being more confident in knowing who you are, following your inspiration and creative urges and making things happen. I really like that. Yeah, and you have Gaian awakening, so you guys are remembering your place on earth, and that there is a place for you here and there is a reason why you're here. So you're no longer feeling like you gotta leave or you want to go home or you're at odds here and you don't know how to be on earth. In fact, I think you guys, many of you, are listening to galactic intuitive nudges without even realizing they come from that space. And it's almost like you're living a lifestyle of a galactic citizen, and especially you're really embodying a lifestyle that makes it easy for the divine feminine expression on earth. So you're kind of living the future now, here and now. You're living the fullest potential here and now. And I think if some of you don't necessarily resonate with this, your galactic family is saying use your imagination to live the way you think a galactic citizen is supposed to live. Try to abide as much as you can by those morals, laws, values, and so on and so forth. I'm really picking up on this energy of create a community, create a page, start expressing yourself on this page. Communicate about the contact and the experiences you're having with your galactic family. You guys are preparing to publish something or to show something on a global scale. I'm getting that in order to fulfill a project, you must travel somewhere, you must go somewhere. This is where you're going to find inspiration. There is a creative project here, maybe writing a book, maybe making a movie, a documentary movie or a podcast or something, and you must travel to where your heart calls you. Your sacral chakra is highly activated. I was talking about the heart and the throat because this is deeply Pleiadian energy, but your sacral chakra that connects with the archetype of Leo, with playful energy, creative energy, is also pretty active. There is an overwhelming wave of inspiration and this urge to go out and do something, and I really feel you should not ignore it, you should not postpone it. I'm getting that don't make your current responsibility an excuse why you're not following your purpose, because I'm really sensing that you've received an opportunity. You're given an opportunity to retreat from any constructs and foundations in your life that you created that are not true to you. With rising to Pleiadian frequency, as I said, some of you are connecting with a council, you're receiving data on what lifestyle you should establish here on Earth to be a galactic citizen. Basically, you're kind of imitating as much as you can your higher self. A lot of meditation is required for you at this time in order to tune in, because I'm truly getting a lot of telepathic exchange of information and communication. Some of you are getting prophetic visions about the future. Some of you are getting visions of how future Earth would look like. Some of you are getting visions of different planets. Okay, I'm really getting that you guys are being taken on a journey by your galactic family, and they're showing you around. We've got in pile 2 some inner Earth star seeds, and some of you really work on portals, places that allow the veil to dissolve, where you can communicate with higher entities and entities from other stars and planets and constellations. You guys are visiting those portals on Earth, those places where the frequency is so high, the veil is very thin, and telepathic exchange is allowed very easily. You came to pull something out of your imagination and make it happen, and like make it manifest, make it physical. I'm really getting that the more you trust your self-expression, the more you're going to create a community. You guys came with a soul group, many of which are Pleiadian souls, Pleiadian starseeds. And you guys came, and your imagination and creativity will lead you to each other. But you have to start expressing that. Some of you are taking your throne, quote unquote, you're taking your seat in a council, you're kind of taking your position in a group of higher beings. You're becoming aware that your higher self is belonging to a network of higher beings. Excuse me for this. For many of you, I'm also getting traveling in the astral to the North Poles. Some of you are remote viewing around the planet. You are remote viewing those portals I was talking about. And you guys are becoming the voice of Gaia. You guys are channeling the higher self of our planet by traveling to those different portals. You're connected with aspects of the planetary consciousness, and you're becoming an outlet for this consciousness to express itself, to share its messages. So when you have this creative expression, the light codes emanating from it don't only come from galactic families and places, but also from the planet herself. So if you guys want to write a fantasy book, a novel, something, I feel like your imaginative worlds that you create through some type of, outlet, for example, writing, actually hold a lot of truth. I'm getting that you guys have a lot of memories about the history of Earth. Inner Earth priesthoods, inner Earth wisdom is coming through. You guys are channeling inner Earth beings. With the Gaian awakening and preparing relocation ascension, You may realize that the land mass you live on is not supporting you energetically anymore because it's descending. So I do feel power number 2, a strong message here is seek place where you want to live that is supporting your ascension. Seek lands that are ascending, because some continents, some countries are descending. So you guys are seeking places that are of resonance to you, communities that are of resonance to you. You may want to retreat in nature. You may want to leave the big city and live somewhere closer to nature. There is a new environment and a whole new community with a whole new lifestyle that you will establish. I'm getting in the next 8 months, you will really think deeply about this. Two groups here. One of you I see on a TV screen, or maybe a computer screen, I don't know, but you're having some sort of podcast, talk show, and you're speaking on big truths, and you're talking to an audience that is just getting acquainted with those truths. So I'm getting that for many of you, your purpose is not to I don't know, like express yourself in the safe zone of people who resonate with the same things as you and you feel comfortable talking about those things. But I'm getting that you guys will be speaking those truths to people who are just waking up, and they may think you're a little crazy at first, but then they get it. Okay, so yeah, you will have to surrender that something, it's not gonna, your purpose will not manifest as you think, but your dreams will happen and they will come true. That's what I'm getting. But I'm getting you may want to become a part of some global association, global community group that is connected to charity. I'm just getting a lot of like charity, helping other people out, helping children who suffer from hunger, things of that nature. You will start participating more in them. You will find value in them. So you guys might have a transit of Neptune in your second house, in your 11th house, where you are going to spend your material resources on some humanitarian, highly moral events, let's call them, or issues. World issues is the correct word. Very, very mixed group, if I have to be honest, because again, some of you are making it with a book, you're remaining in the big city, and you're distributing information to people who are non-believers in anything new age, anything spiritual, and others of you guys are retreating in nature, maybe living in a village, just meditating, doing something with your hands, and just trying to live a lifestyle that feels like ascension to you. But for the majority of you, I do see traveling to special places and sites around the globe and sharing that experience and finding very meaningful messages in that experience to share with the people. So a black cat and a crow can be the colibri as well, and the dolphins. These could be the animals that show up, and those are your ancestors, both here on Earth and galactic. So pile number 2, that's all I've got for you, and the extended portion of the reading will be focusing more on your soul's origins, where you come from, and yeah, any other messages that may come up, I will just leave the door open for them, but the main focus would be soul's origins and basically where do you come from, where have you been in the galactic scheme of things. So yeah, if that interests you, make sure to check out the extended. That's all I've got for you guys. I hope those messages resonated for the present moment of how your purpose is manifesting and what you should be focusing on. Oh, one last message. Don't be afraid to pull away from your community in order to create, because surrender, inspiration, retreat. You need time alone to work on your creativity and creation and manifestation and all that. You need time alone to make your vision happen. Because I do feel that right now your spiritual communication is kind of more important than some of your human relationships, let's say. It's just that your community now, or even friends, people you love, they're not necessarily the priority, so don't feel bad if you feel like you want to retreat. That is very much needed. You need to spend time alone in silence in order to hear those messages from your higher self and those inspirations from the Pleiadian team you're working with. Okay, pile 2, that's all. I hope to see you next time, and let me know if this resonated, and let me know if it was helpful. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. I've already spread your cards, so I hope you can see these two as well. I don't know where to place them, but I want them to be here. You've got beautiful alignment of very similar energies. So first of all, let me start with the gifts you've brought from your galactic inheritance in order to apply them here on Earth. So we've got Breathe the Sun, Elven Ones. You guys have high angelic frequencies. Whatever galactic family you feel connected to, you have very angelic expression of that. So this could be Mintakan, the original lightworkers from Mintaka, the original angelic beings. This could be Lyra. This could be... Honestly, I'm not picking up on other places. Arcturus could be, but I'm just getting this pure fire. Why do I say pure fire? I'm getting just this... those beings that are very closely related to the creator, the angelic orders. I'm really picking up on that. This is where you come from. These are the dimensions you manifested from. And you guys have amazing gifts. First of all, you're receiving a pineal activation. You have this gift to use your third eye to encode objects with sacred geometry. Excuse me, with sacred geometry, you can make an object a powerful talisman, a lucky charm if you want to. So whatever you create, you infuse with high vibrational energy. If you cook, your food is healing, your food is uplifting. It's so good for the body. So everything you create, but especially things that you put on or in your body, those are super powerful. So please, you guys, don't ignore any urges to work on talismans, creating jewelry, creating essential oils, creating potions, creating cooking, you know. Please don't hesitate on doing so, because you infuse those creations with amazing frequency that supports the ascension of the body. That's another gift you have, and that is another, let's say, ascension path you participate with. So you might be vegetarian. If not, that is highly recommended, but of course listen to your own intuition about your health. But I'm just getting that you may really want to follow a lighter diet. You really support this, like your consciousness is in alignment with the ascension of the physical body as well, with the ascension of physicality in general, the minerals, the plants, the animals. So I do see that you guys work closely related. You work closely with the mineral lives, the oceans, even talking to trees, talking to lakes, to the clouds, to animals, to pebbles you see on the ground. It's because everything for you, it's frequency, and you operate on a really high level. You've got a lot of fire, and fire is one of the highest frequencies of the elements. So yeah, those are your gifts. Pretty powerful if you ask me. Now we've got Jophiel. So these are the Atlantis angels, or I call them the ascended beings from Atlantis that support you on Earth. You've got Jophiel, joy, Hanael, integrity, and Shamael, serenity. So what am I getting here? I don't know if I mentioned you guys have strong connection to India and Asia. And whenever you have strong connection to the Eastern countries and cultures, you are also deeply rooted as a Lemurian soul. Your Akashic records from Lemuria are most strongly influencing you. So what does this apply? You can merge your energy field with another person and get a sense of who they are. And that's also how you heal. You kind of take someone in your body, in your energy field, and you heal them. Yes, you've got the sacral portal. Creativity, intimacy, inhibition. I'm sorry for this noise. Oof, sorry for that, you guys. So you guys have the sacral portal, creativity, intimacy, inhibition. I'm getting from Lemuria, you still carry this powerful womb energy, okay? Your womb is a great organ to manifest. You guys have an ascended body to bring forth an ascended soul. For my mothers watching this, but even for my fathers watching this, your children will carry this high DNA, where there is a lot of fire. How do I explain this? Like fire element, so a lot of light infused in the DNA. It's not as dense. It's very much active. Much of the junk DNA of your children will be active, so they will have a lot of memories from past lives. They will retain a lot of abilities from past lives. All of our junk DNA is what we could not retain because of the density of our bodies and the levels of consciousness of Gaia and all that. And when we pass through the veil, we lose certain parts of ourselves. We don't lose them, but we suppress them and they become the junk DNA. But I'm getting that you guys are heavily working within the DNA structures of your body to activate and open up that junk DNA, and your children will naturally have it. How do you do that? I do feel a lot of ritual work is being done here, and I think that if you're doing ritual work, you should continue with it. I'm also getting work with archangels, okay? So please work with Archangel Michael. Please work with Archangel Uriel. Oh my gosh. For you guys, Archangel Uriel is very, very important. I don't see him here. However, I know that he is connected to this primordial fire energy, light. So I really want you to work with this. So you guys are working with the elements of light, the ether, and fire. And these are the highest. These are the closest to the creator, the frequency of the creator. I'm hearing Shambhala. I'm hearing Shambhala. I believe this is like a secret mythological city, but I'm sure that this is just a state of consciousness. I think for you guys, for Pile 3, it's very important to visit places where the yogis live and meditate, and it's important to visit temples of Buddhists. I just feel like you're very connected to this culture and it's gonna be very activating for you. Doing yoga, Kundalini yoga is also very, very important for you, because you guys, your spirit and your body are very close to each other on when it comes to the levels of frequency, which means that your body is really kind of acting sometimes like a superhuman, because you're very sensitive to all the cosmic energies, and at the same time your body is able to do things that normally the average person who doesn't care about those stuff wouldn't be able to do. So I'm actually getting that you should work on some abilities that may sound crazy, but you should work on them. For example, telekinesis, moving things with your mind, changing their color, levitation. Work on those things, even if it's just imagination, you know, with that sacral chakra, even if it's just imagination. Work on abilities that you feel joyful about. There is an energy here of awakening your inner child, being playful. Some of you, when you were kids, you were practicing all the gifts that you actually now possess, or you are in the process of developing, but you're working on them. For example, casting spells, making rituals, levitation, things of that nature, passing through dimensions. Work on that. You may not be able to change the color of your phone case, but just work on it, you know. Set the tone for that timeline. You guys are really initiators, forerunners, and way showers, meaning you really show the way for other souls, because you come with already holding so much light. You hold so much light in your body, Pile 3. Working with children is it's a very good idea for you, because you have this ability to bring joy to any situation, and it's almost like you're fair and just, but you don't scare people, you don't intimidate them, you are joyful and positive, and you still talk about the truths of reality, the truths of life, but you just do it in such a way that uplifts people. It gives them hope, it makes them peaceful. They're not fearing the future when you talk about the truth, basically, that we're going through, the true events that we're going through. When you talk about it, you actually inspire people. Okay, you guys are of great inspiration with all that you do. Integrity. I feel like many of you have already stepped into your purpose, and you're very powerfully moving through your purpose. Never doubt your connection to higher source. Never doubt your light. I want to tell you that with so much integrity and so much light and fire, this primordial fire flame energy, you will face people who will tell you that you shouldn't be the way you are, because they may not understand how you hold so much light. And I'm also definitely getting twin flame contracts for Pile 3. Okay, so yes, you're moving through your ascension journey along with a twin. I'm getting that most of you have twin flames. Some of you have twin flames in the other realms, in the astral plane, and you know this, you're aware because you've probably already met. And honestly, I feel quite useless talking to you, Pile 3, because I don't think I'm telling you something you're not aware of already. I'm just getting that your consciousness is at the level where you know a lot of your Akashic records, you've read a lot in your own library, you've already explored enough. I keep looking at the red ruby and I'm thinking, I don't know why I'm thinking of the Philosopher's Stone. Because the Philosopher's Stone is a label that talks about the process of metal turning into gold, but the Philosopher's Stone itself is not gold. It's the process, and it's kind of like the tool you use to make gold. I don't know why when I look at the red ruby I think of this. You guys are solar beings, Christic consciousness, crystalline beings, whatever you want to call it, because the sun and the crystalline DNA are deeply connected. When we ascend, our bodies become lighter, but also they become more crystallized. You know, water and the metals in the body, the heavy metals, they turn into crystals, and we also have crystals in our brain that allow these electrical waves to pass through our brains. So I really feel that the more you work on your spiritual abilities, the more you're going to glow. I feel that the older you get, because you're on this ascension journey, the more you glow, the more you shine, the younger you look. And that's the Philosopher's Stone effect, you guys, because you guys are true alchemists, because you're actually making this process happen. I really see it for you. You're making alchemy take place on a soul level and on a physical level. Your body and your spirit are one, Pile 3, which is amazing. You have achieved this balance where they move together on this ascension journey. So all of your gifts and spiritual activations will have almost immediate influence over your physical appearance. So, Pile 3, I feel like I could keep going on and on and on, but I'm going to stop here because I also don't want to just repeat myself continuously. So, maybe one last thing for Pile 3, but let me just really get the correct information here. Your gut feeling, your solar plexus, your stomach is your compass that tells you when something is right or wrong. You always gotta trust that. You have this psychic ability where your body just tells you. Yeah, so that's the last message. I truly hope that Pile 3 resonated. I'm going to talk more about your soul's origins, journey, and maybe some other of your gifts as well, whatever other messages come through, but the main focus of the extended reading will be soul's origins. So yeah, I'll talk on where you came from galactically in the extended portion of this pick card that you're going to see the link for in the description below or in my pinned comment in the comment section. So thank you again for spending this time with me. I'm very grateful for each pile, and if you watched a different pile and if you resonate with a couple of them, thank you for checking the different piles, and just thank you for spending time with me. Let me know if these messages resonated or helped you somehow, because that was the main intention. I truly hope they did. And yeah, thank you once again, you guys. I feel super blessed to be able to communicate those messages with you. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hello, Pile 4. I already flipped your cards because I kind of like to get acquainted with them for a minute or two before I start channeling. Oh my gosh, you guys have. Pile 3 and Pile 4 are very intense. Now, we've got Arcturian, Lyran, or Vegan, should I say, because Vega is coming through right here. We've got Arcturian, Lyran, Vegan, and yeah, those Arcturian, Lyran, Vegan starseeds. Hello, welcome. Well, so let's discuss your gifts, your purpose at this time as a starseed. How can you support the ascension of the planet? You've got Archangel Michael with transmutation and the God of Wisdom taught, and this Phoenix, fire of transformation, radical purification, violet flame, surrendering and resurrection. Pile 3 and Pile 4, both of you, I gotta say, you guys are twin flames. You're definitely on a twin flame journey. Whether your twin is incarnated in the spiritual world, helping you as a guide, or here on Earth, and the two of you are, you know, having your journey together. I would say for Pile 4, it feels more like for the majority of you, your twin is on the other side. And the connection is very activating and intense, but for others, of course, they are here. Anyways, so, oh yeah, we've got, yeah, I think I mentioned Arcturus. Yes, I did. So, Lyran, Vegan, Arcturian, starseeds. Okay, I felt like I forgot, but I didn't. So, your gifts, you carry the violet flame, you are here to tear down the veil between this dimension on Earth and the higher dimensions of the planet. I'm getting that you guys are working in a field, a dimension that is wrapped around Gaia, and you're trying to pull it here. You're trying to make us aware of it. You're trying to shift the collective consciousness to acknowledge this dimension, this realm, and to manifest it. You guys have a vision, and you are here to plant the seeds in many people's minds and consciousnesses in order to manifest this vision. Your vision is inspired by the higher intelligence of our star system, okay? Not just Earth, not just the planet Earth. You guys work with all of the planetary bodies of our star system and the sun as well. And you're trying to really implant the seeds of your vision in many people's minds in order to make it happen. Okay, so we've got exploration, boldness, unknown, limitless, ice queen, introspection, self-analysis, fortitude. Well, this is quite interesting because these cards show the dimensions you guys are connecting with. Some of you are working with beings that come from entirely different galaxies, and the fact that your consciousness resonates with such foreign beings means that you must have something within you that allows this resonance. So you yourselves come from different galaxies. When I look at the Phoenix, I think of the progenitors of the Milky Way galaxy. I think of the founders. So you guys have some pretty powerful connections here galactically. You guys are multidimensional, and it's clear as day. The card says it straight up. Multiple dimensions timelines, be you, don't even try to fit in. I'm really getting blue toe avian energy. Yes, oh my gosh. When you connect with Lyra, you connect with the blue avians, you connect with the birth tribes from Lyra, the founders of the universe. That's the consciousness you work with. You've been in the mystery schools of thought, and that is where a lot of your inherent knowledge comes from. I'm almost getting parallel universes, that you work with parallel versions of Earth. And it's interesting because I'm getting, what if, I've never thought of this, but maybe some of you have, because I'm getting this message. What if Earth had a twin flame in a parallel universe? You know, what if a parallel universe of our planet was like the twin flame of Earth? What if the soul of Earth is split into two planets? Because with this Ice Queen, introspection, self-analysis, and fortitude, I'm getting something about a chamber of crystals that you entered in the astral plane, where you're able to see the multidimensional nature of our planet and our reality. You guys cast the violet flame of purification in the core of Gaia. Beginnings. You are time travelers, pile 4. You're time travelers, and I feel that you have the gift to decode the past, and you just know exactly what the ancients meant, and you can also decode the future and see where we're going. With the Ice Queen, for some reason, I'm getting that you may be able to connect with the crystal ball very well and to channel messages through that form of divination. Some of you are also Venusians, so you've had past lives on Venus. And interestingly enough, you bring the fire of Venus. Many channelers say Venus is a water planet, and that's what I also resonate with, or Venus was a water planet. But I'm getting that you guys are bringing the fire of Venus. This transmutation of consciousness. That frees you from the matrix. You guys are working on transmuting consciousness to a level where you don't have to incarnate in a physical body again, to a level where you overcome karma. You're able to escape it. That's why you're tackling karma and timelines and world issues and personal issues from a multidimensional perspective. So you kind of what's the word? Destroy, destruct karma from all angles. I feel like pile 3 and pile 4 are soulmates in some way. If you want to get to know your twin, maybe watch pile 3. Or if you come from pile 3 and you watch this might be about your twin. Like, I'm really picking up on this twin flame connection in both piles, and I'm just getting some sort of resonance between the two. The deeper you dive into yourselves, pile 4, the more limitless you realize you are. There is no end to your soul's history. There is no end to your origins. There is no beginning and no ending to your being. And this can be a very overwhelming epiphany and discovery, because we all want to know, okay, where do I come from? What is my home? What is my root? But what I'm getting is that when you're connected to the founders, your consciousness is, first of all, out of this galaxy. The origins of consciousness are out of this galaxy. So you can resonate with multiple places and multiple constellations, but mostly you will resonate with the nations that are called founders, primordial creators, the forefathers, the progenitors. You guys have this ability to really speak the language of the ancients, and I don't know exactly what this means. Perhaps you're able to transmit the codes from ancient languages in your current language, meaning you say things in such a way that they have the same activation, that they hold the same activation as if you said it in an ancient language. Or you're just developing this psychic language, this soul language, where the manner you speak in is activating itself. The way you use words and symbols. Radical purification, violet flame, surrendering, and resurrection. These two cards are supposed to show your gifts. Okay? So you guys are able to bring life to something. You awaken people. When you come in contact with people, you awaken them. So I feel that for pile 4, networking is quite important. With this multidimensional card, I feel like you are at the right place at the right time always. Whether you want it or not, you just accidentally end up exactly where you were needed. People manifest you. You're like this magician that appears out of nowhere, but because people manifest you. Because when they're ready for the activation and they agree they want to sign up for this contract of ascension, they manifest you in their life. So all the new people you make connections with, you gotta know. You carry this 1111 energy of activating them, awakening them. to their spirit. So if you manifest new people in your life, you gotta know that they actually manifested you because they were ready for the next level. So you should always expect the new people that enter your life to very soon enter a huge transformation. You cause, so with pile 3 were the alchemists of themselves. You guys are alchemists of people. Your presence, your words, but simply your presence and energy cause alchemy within people. You break the boundaries of people and allow them to see their limitlessness. I'm just getting a lot of magician energy with pile 4, but you guys apply your magic to other people. And I'm not saying this to like give you some sort of entitlement, but I feel like you are given the gift of intervening with people's karma, destinies, and all that, because it's almost like you are the universal eraser of contracts and karma. So if a soul is ready, you suddenly appear and you are like, okay, we're gonna break the rules here. I'm gonna switch things up for you because you proved yourself to be ready for this. So that's why you may have some very intense relationships, not just romantically, but also with friendships, because you guys change the destiny of people. You are able to dissolve contracts and create new contracts. And this is a huge responsibility and a huge gift because you're playing with the destiny of people. What type of witchcraft, pile 4? But not through magic or anything like that, simply your presence in their life. You don't need to do any sort of ritual, anything. Simply your presence, your conversations, and all the rest takes place in the astral plane. But you open a portal for a new timeline for people. You open doors where there was no possibility for doors opening. And you do this for others. That's why your presence can be very transformative in a person's life. It can be very awakening, activating, and intense. You guys might have strong Scorpio, Sagittarius placements, even Libra. Even Libra because it's all about contracts. So Libra, Pisces, Scorpio, and Sag are coming up. Wow. Okay, pile 4. So that's what you're here to do. So keep being you, don't even try to fit in. You being yourself is doing the job. Period. And I'm getting that a lot of you, you have a very intense presence, but you may like to do something quiet in the comfort of your room or job wise I'm talking about. You may want to do something on your own, like kind of isolated from the world, because you experience enough intensity and spiritual transmutation when you are around people. The least contact can be very powerful for the person you're communicating with. Just a small level of contact, a very brief conversation, an exchange of simple words can do it for them. This is what you and your twin are doing. And this is probably what you did to each other, and now you're able to do it with other people. So I wouldn't be surprised if after meeting your twin, you experienced other very powerful soulmate connections and you were like, wait, who is my twin? That's because you activated those gifts within each other. So pile 4, that's all I've got. The rest of your reading will be in the extended portion of this pick card in the description box, or under the timestamp of pile 4 in the comment section below where I pinned my comment. So in the extended, I'll be looking into your soul's origins, kind of like your galactic history, where you come from, most likely, but also other messages are very likely to come up as well, so we'll just let them in and we'll just discuss them as well. But the main focus is soul's origins, and I already spoke on Lyra, Arcturus and Vega in the Lyran constellation, so we'll actually see how those manifest in your journey, how they apply to your soul's progression and all that, and whatever else comes through. So thank you so much for spending time with me, pile 4. Thank you. I just hope to see you next time. I hope this reading was helpful. Let me know if it resonated, if it helps you so much to somehow understand your purpose. I'm all over the place with my words, because that was kind of tiresome reading. It was quite intense. So I'm going to go rest and then I will do the extended versions. Thank you once again. I'm just really glad to be here and to share those messages. I really loved your cards, pile 4. I hope you did as well. Let me know. See you next time. Bye.